Hello everyone, welcome to our Python course. In this class, we will do our first Python program. Congratulations if you have reached till here. And before I move ahead, I would like to recapitulate a bit of what we have done in the last classes. So in the last class, we saw three different ways in order to create a new virtual environment for your project. So the first way that we saw was VENV module, another was a virtual ENV, and the last one was the Conda package manager. So again, Conda is my favorite, and you can use any of these three methods if you want to work with the environments. What environments are, why environments are needed, this is something we have already covered. So now we will do theory and practical of Python syntax and structure. But before we get started, let's do our first Python program. Okay, so I've already opened my Visual Studio. You can also open it, and along with it, under my E directory, I have this folder which is Hoping Minds, and inside this, if I want to create a new file, there are two ways. First of all, inside file, you can simply write new file, and you'll be good to go. You can click this Python file, and here you are. Fine, you will have this new Python file. You can save it with extension .py. This is the first way. Other easier way is to simply go to the folder whichever you want to, and then create on this icon, and I'll create my hello world .py. So creating a file is this easy if we are working with the Visual Studio. And inside this Python file, how do we deal? So I'm writing simple command, print command, if I want to write hello world, and simply press this, and inside the terminal, what we'll see, will soon stop receiving. Okay, just simply run it, and okay, I've forgot to save it. First of all, save this file and then run it. What you will see that the hello world is being printed. So my mistake here was that I did not save my file and I was trying to run it. This mistake should not be made by my students. First of all, write the code, save the file, and then run the file, right? So this is the first program which all of you must do, right? Simply use the print statement and try to print any statement which you want. Try to print the table of 10, right? Try to print any poem, any childhood poem which you remember, but simply use this print command, right? This print function. So this was all about your first program, and next let us see what do we have inside the Python syntax and the structure. So there are simple rules which we must follow in order for our Python program to run smoothly. Okay, so those simple rules are as follows. Okay. The first one is the indentation, which means the white space matters. In most of the other programming languages, if you know about them, if you have worked with C, CPP, so you must know that the space in between the above or the below lines, that does not matter. If you are using certain if-else statements, if you know about these, that does not matter. But in case of Python, that space matters. So if we just look at the slide, Python indentation involves using white spaces at the start of the line of the code. This is essential defining code blocks, unlike many other programming languages. So normally in the other programming languages, we use the curly braces, but inside the Python, those braces have been omitted, but the conscious use of the spacing matters, right? So this example, these blocks have been written, but I will show you inside the VS Code. So I'm simply erasing this print statement. What I'm writing, I am defining this variable. Again, you need not mention what is the type of the variable. Here a is equal to 15 and b equals 20, right? I'm simply using the if statement. What it is, we will discuss in detail, but for now this is simply a statement for you all. your observation, we know that B is 15 and A is B is 20 and A is 15. So which statement should be printed? The first statement should be printed. Let's see what happens now. I'll try to run my code. Again, I did not save it. My bad. So let's try to run it. Okay. So this statement is being printed which says B is greater than A. So what does this mean? That our Python interpreter has executed this program very nicely. But if you see, I have carefully put some space in front of this print. Again, I have used else. I have not put this much space. I have removed the white space and I have used it from the starting. Okay, again I have put. Now how about if I remove this space? How about I remove this space? You can see that already the red line come over here, and let's try to run it, save it, run it. What do you see? You see indentation error, expected an indented block. Indented block means that our spacing needs to be there. So whenever we are coding in the Python, this thing needs to be taken care of, that indentation should be there while using your code. For example, it's a very simple example we have seen of if else block. If you do not put a space over here, your code will give error. Now I'm again saving it and I'm again running it. Okay, now it prints very well. B is greater than A. Okay, now in this simple code we have seen the importance of using the indentation, right? And let's move ahead. These are the Python keywords. So what are these keywords? These are some the reserved words which are used in Python, and you cannot use it for the variables. For example, I have this list of keywords which is false, none, true, and, as, assert. Okay, how about instead of A, can I use true over here? Can I use true as a variable? Since this is a part of the keyword, these words are reserved and you cannot use this in the form of variables, right? So let us see if B is greater than true. Let's see if it goes. Can we do it? Okay, so what it says, syntax error, cannot assign to a keyword. So your Python interpreter, it has already detected that you have used this keyword which was already reserved for your variable. You cannot do it. Okay, right. So the first rule which we saw is your indentation rule. So the next rule which you saw was your keyword rule, is that you cannot use your keywords as your variables, right? So this is the list of the variables, sorry, the list of the keywords which we have. And you can see, you can just pause this video for a while. This is all. And if you want to print the number of keywords or the list of keywords, this is how you can simply do it. Import keyword and print keyword.kwlist. Now what is this? This is simply a variable which stores all the keywords. Okay, now keyword is a module, and inside the module, if you want to print the list, you can print using kwlist variable. Okay, okay. And the next thing is comments. What are comments? Statements written within the code. These are intended to explain, clarify, or provide context for specific sections of the code. For example, we have already written this code, and if you want to write down, let me do it again. Okay, so this is the correct version of our code, right? This is the output. B is greater than A. Okay, so again, now you have a complete beginner, a fresher who's come to your company, and he or she cannot understand what this code is all about. So what you do, you write certain comments alongside the code. Okay, so what this code is intended to do? It is intended to see if B variable is greater than. Okay, how do you do it? You simply write, these are simple English statements, you can write however you want to write. It checks if B is greater than A, right? Now again, let us save it and try to run it. Okay, So you see, comments have absolutely they do not interfere with the working of our code, but this simply help any new person, any fresher, identify or understand your code well. So this is what your comments are supposed to do. Alright, along with the comments we have this another concept of docstring. So what is docstring intended to do? You use 3 commas, right? 3 commas in the starting, in the beginning, and the 3 commas in the end. This is how you encapsulate any sentence. You just write it, program to check if B is greater than A. So the the docstring which is printed on the top, it normally tells what this entire program does. And whenever we are dealing with the comments, what a comment does, it tells about the functionality of the small snippets that we have inside a big program, right? For example, here you can use of if else statement. Alright, this is how we'll do. Okay, very simple, very easy. This is what we have. So we saw indentation, we saw keywords, we saw comments, and again the strings syntax. If you want to write simple English sentences inside your print statement, how do you do it? You write inside the double quotes. So these are the 3 ways which you can see on the screen. The first one is you can write it using single quotes, double quotes, or you can use triple quotes. That does not matter. Okay, so these are the 3 ways how you can write the strings inside the Python if you want to print your strings. So what are strings? These are nothing but English statements, right? And yes, if you want to write some multi-line statements, if your statements are very long, for example, we can use a similar example which I have shown over here. Total is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So in order to improve the readability, what we can do is plus 7 plus 8, that's it, and then we can print total, right? So let us save it. So what I've done, I've simply used the slash, and it's simply for the readability, right, to improve the readability. And let's see if it prints the total. Okay, so 36 is the answer. It has printed the total. It is just for our multi-line statements. If you have a very long statement, if you want to break that statement, you can do it in Python using simple slash, right? And yes, that's it for the Python rules. These are the few rules and very general rules that you should follow, and the most important amongst all these rules is indentation, right? As we will proceed in this course, you will see how important it is to use the right indentation. You cannot use a double space, you cannot use a single space in certain scenarios. How do you deal with it, we will see in the classes which will come. Okay, thank you so much, and keep watching, keep studying. Thank you.